Hey, what's going on? I'm Paulie Power, and in this episode, I want to talk about eczema slash psoriasis and carnivore diet. So, for about 30 plus years, I've had eczema and or psoriasis. I really can't tell the difference, so I'm gonna, refer to both of them. And it all started when I was a little kid. First off, I was a bedwetter. I was pissing the bed as a kid because I wouldn't wake up. So I went to bed, went to sleep, woke up. Sometimes I would wake up in the middle of the night and I pissed the bed. And that started, irritating my legs. I don't know if the urine itself had something to do with that, but that's the story, so to speak. That's what the nurses and the doctors told me and my parents, that he's a bedwetter, he pisses the bed, so it's going to irritate the skin. So that's why I've had eczema and psoriasis. So I've had it since I was a kid, all through my teenage years and all through my adult life, all the way up to 2017. And that's no picnic. That's no fun. Because I've had it mostly as I was a kid. It was like from my knees, from the kneecap, almost all the way up to my junk, on the inside of my thighs. And it would hurt because it would tear the skin. So sometimes there would be like pus and kind of like scars. It would bleed sometimes, so it would like hurt to have clothes on and like touching it, almost like if you've been burnt. I don't know if it's first degree or third degree. I don't know which way they go. It's not the bad one, but like the first one. When it was really bad, it was like that. And I've actually been hospitalized as a kid because I was scratching and clawing at my legs. At this time, it went from the inside of my thighs to the back of my thighs. All the way from the back of my knees, all the way up to my ass. So just under the ass cheeks. All the way around, like the edges. So that's kind of a big spot to have that in. So at one time, I was scratching my legs so much, almost like I was possessed. So they drove me to the hospital, and if I remember correctly, a grown-up or even two grown-ups had to hold me down on the bed while somebody went out and came back with a ice cold wet towel, or two actually, and put them on the back of my legs. But they had to hold me down because I couldn't stop scratching and tearing and clawing at my legs. I was bleeding. My fingers was bleeding. And when they took the blood away, it looked almost like a mountain lion had used my legs as a toy. So that became socially awkward for me as a kid, because I didn't want to wear, shorts, because then it would show, and then I would get picked on and laughed at. And sometimes that would, like physically hurt, so I couldn't wear all type of clothes, especially like jeans or something like a more heavy material. I always had to use like sweatpants or something like that. It was very light, because sometimes it would be so rough that it would touch it like that, and that would hurt actually. So that also made it uncomfortable when it was hot outside, but I didn't want to wear shorts because then it would show my eczema or psoriasis. But then when it come to school and we would have, gymnastics class or PA, whatever it's called, when it was time to, switch from your normal clothes to your gym clothes, you would do that in the locker room, but I didn't want to show it. So I was always the last kid to get out of the locker room. So the teacher was always on my ass, like, come on, why are you so slow? Come on, hurry up. And it was the same when it was time to, we was finished with the gymnastics, hit the shower, and then on to the next class. I was the last one to go into the shower. Sometimes I didn't even shower. So then, the other kids in school started teasing me about why I didn't take a shower, that I was a nasty kid, I was a dirty kid. But I didn't take a shower at school because of my eczema, psoriasis, because the way it looked, and then sometimes it would actually hurt when I tried to use soap or something like that, to rub it in and to get clean. That would actually hurt, like an acid burn. So yeah, it was no fun when it was time, to have a shower or have a bath. That was not very fun times. So it was like that growing up as a kid. Then in teenage years, you started getting interested in girls. You want to have sex, but you had a problem with the psoriasis, eczema. So that was kind of awkward, but at this time it had actually gone away from my legs and it traveled. So now it was on my arm, both on my arms. Lucky me, right? So now it was like from here, just under the biceps, almost all the way down to my forearm. You see here, like this, and like all the way here too. So it was like this big fucking area. It was like infected, like a zombie rash or something like that. So imagine having both of your arms from your bicep to your wrist covered in this shit. It's red, it's pussy, there's cracks in it, a little bit of blood in it. Imagine that and being between 15 and 18 years old, going to school. It's hot outside, so you want to wear something like this to cool off, but you can't. So I had to wear long sleeves in the middle of the summer. And I've always been that kind of person that I always, even if I have a long sleeve shirt or something like that, I always like to pull up my sleeves. I don't know why, just make me feel more comfortable. But I have to, be mindful about that. I couldn't do that every time. And not only that, but I was going to the doctor and they was looking at me, using me as a guinea pig, giving me these ointments and creams that was so, like heavy. that you had to get a prescription, and it was for adults, but I was still a kid and a teenager. But you know, you had to rub that in, and it was going to help, you know, fight off, I don't know if it was like a fungus or something like that. I don't know why, but you know, ordinary skin lotion didn't work. It didn't make it go away. It was still like a rash, like something really. Yeah, it was like horrible. So when I had that cream on, the ingredients in that cream, the chemicals and all of that shit made it like 10 times worse. Okay? So I put it on in the morning, put on my clothes, had my breakfast, went to school, took off my shirt, and then all of a sudden, like, poof, it looked like I've stuck my hand into, you know, an open fire. It was that bad. It was that red. It was that like. So I had to put my shirt back on again. So that was like awkward because I was thinking about it all the time, which made me, you know, act a certain way, made me uncomfortable, you know, made me self-conscious. I didn't believe in myself, felt like a freak. And that also became a problem, you know, talking to girls, chatting up girls, you know, the whole dating thing that teenagers go through. That was like, nope, not happening, not really. And, you know, it was going like up and down. Sometimes it was looking good, so I could wear something like this. It was okay. And then sometimes it was like really nasty and painful even. But I found that if I didn't eat red stuff, especially fruit and vegetables, then that helped a lot. But that has been a part of my life for 30 plus years. In November, December 2017, started this carnivore, and I have not had any eczema or psoriasis on my body since then. So for 2 years, I've been free, completely free from that horrible thing. Like you can see me right now, right? I'm sitting here with my arms out, nothing at all. And I couldn't do this in like 2016. It would, you know, I would have something little, you know, like you had like you had a rash because you've been out in the woods. You've been touching like poison ivy. Somebody who's been in contact with poison ivy, that's kind of what it could look like. But now, and there was an incident in, I think it was 2017. I went to one of those stores buying supplements, and there was, you know, a bottle, so to speak, bottle of pills that was like lose weight, getting ripped. So I bought those pills. I bought that bottle. I took that, and after a week or two, my forearm was like really, you know, I could tell that something was really wrong with it, because it's starting to feel almost like a lizard or a snake. and I never experienced that before. Then I looked at the ingredients, and there was raspberry, and there was pepper, like black pepper on it. And I've also always been a fan of and a connoisseur of, spicy food, like Mexican food, Thai food, all kinds of, exotic food types. That's always been hot and spicy. I always loved that shit. Always. Not too hot, not like ghost peppers or Carolina Reapers, none of that shit. But you take a little Tabasco sauce, a little hot sauce, a little spicy. Always had that. Always had salt and black pepper. Always had those. Sometimes I can even buy like a pickled jalapeno and just ate that. Now, nothing. Haven't had it for 2 years. All because I stopped eating fruit, vegetables, salad, fiber, sugar, all of that crap, all of that shit, all of that poison, all of that toxic. Haven't touched any of that shit for almost 2 years. Well, now it is like 2 years because we're in January 2020, so and I still don't touch that shit. No bread, no pasta, no potatoes. I don't use any taco mix, no seasoning, no condiments, no hot sauce, nothing. I just eat 1,500 grams of meat, about 8 or 9 eggs. That's it. I've done that shit for 2 years now. 2 years and some change. I'm in my 3rd year now. And it's been amazing. It's been crazy. Never in a million years would I ever thought. I didn't have one thought that this could ever happen to me. I thought that I would live like that for the rest of my life. That was a part of my life. That was who I was. I just had to accept that and move on with it and live with it, live around it, trying to, make it livable. So it's crazy. It's fucking amazing. Just by doing something simple as that. So it's very, very laughable. And I was grin and put a smile on my face whenever somebody talks about being healthy and eating fruit and vegetables, going vegan or vegetarian, and that's the healthiest thing that a human can do. I'm just over here like, nope. Not even close. Not even fucking close. All the shit that I've been through, all the shit that's been a part of my life for 30 plus years, everything is gone, and I am living proof. And I've not had any problems whatsoever in these 2 years. Nothing with my heart, nothing with my arteries, nothing with my blood, nothing with my organs, nothing with my stomach, kidneys, liver, my dick, my balls, nothing. No problems whatsoever in any way, shape, or form. Going on 3 years now. Eating only meat. Eating only eggs. And guess what? I go to the bathroom every single fucking day. And I don't eat fiber. I don't eat wheat. I don't eat bread. I don't eat pills or tablets that are fiber in. I don't eat any fiber-rich fruit or vegetables. And I go to the bathroom every day. So that's something to think about. And I'll see you in the next episode.